Tell me about an exercise habit or goal that you're looking to kind of reach and exceed in the next couple months with as far as exercise goes.
Yeah, I would love to complete a marathon. I love running. I've been running like ever since I was in 5th grade with my dad. I've done a half marathon before. I've been on the GCU triathlon team for the last few years. I really just love endurance sports and I love running. And I've never done a marathon before, so I would love to complete one.
Okay, beautiful. So as far as your half marathon, when was the last time you ran a half marathon? Have you done it multiple times?
Yes, I've only completed one half marathon. It was with a friend back in May of 2024.
May of 20, okay, so a couple months. And so how have you kept your habits of running up? Have you stayed consistent with your running? Do you feel comfortable still running?
Yeah, I took a few months off after the half marathon, like over the summer, and then tried to start getting back into it like in late August, early September. So I've been working up from like 1 to 3 miles now up to about 6 miles.
Okay, so we're at 6 miles now. So when are you looking to complete a full marathon?
I'm hoping to complete one in the next like 6 to 9 months.
6, 9 months. Okay, perfect. And so with that, are you just wanting to complete it? Do you have a goal idea, or you wanted to qualify for something like the Boston Marathon? Is that a goal of yours that you want to keep going with this? What are you thinking?
I think I just want to complete it for now. Maybe Boston Marathon, qualifying for the Boston Marathon in the future, but I feel like I just got to complete my first one.
Okay. Is this going to be something you want to do individually? Do you want your friend to be a part of it with you or your dad, or is this like a solo mission you're on?
I think this is a solo mission for now. My dad has taken a break from running, and so has my friend. And so of course I can run with them like on like shorter distances, but they're not up to the mileage that I'm hoping to seek.
Beautiful. Let's get you to a marathon.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me about a challenge or activity related to exercise that you've been wanting to complete recently.
Yeah, so I am working to beat the all-time raw squat record in the United States, and so I think a big reason for this is I've been a part of weightlifting, been lifting weights since I was really young, and this has kind of always been a passion of mine that I've kind of got to do with my dad. So my dad kind of got me into it, and so it's a goal that I feel would be just kind of showing him and making him proud. I'm kind of working towards that goal. I definitely have a time limit that I want to get that done, and I've stayed pretty consistent with my weight training, especially with my squats. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just wanting to complete the beat the all-time squat record in the United States.
That's awesome. What are you starting at? Like, what weight have you kind of accomplished so far?
Yeah, so the heaviest I've ever squatted was just below 700 pounds. That was back a couple months ago, and so I haven't put on necessarily a ton of weight for like a 1 rep max. I've been more focused on lighter weight for lots of repetitions and trying to grow my overall structure. So just a few days ago, I had squatted 600 pounds for 12 repetitions, and so just kind of starting to work towards that, but I'm not sure exactly the kind of split that I should be on to make that happen.
Okay, and when are you wanting to achieve this? Is there a timeline that you want to reach this max?
Yeah, I'm hoping by the end of 2024.
Okay, so a few months. Do you have any specific training regimens besides your lower weight max that you're going at?
Yeah, so I've switched it up in the past. I've had coaches in the past tell me different things. So right now I've been working and focusing in what's called a Russian volume split. So training my legs 3 times a week in a good squat fashion, but for those higher repetitions.
Okay, and is your dad doing this with you? Do you have a support system?
My dad definitely supports me. He's not lifting anymore. He's a little older, but he absolutely follows it and tracks me pretty good. So.
Well, that sounds awesome. We'll get you to it.
Let's do it. Boom.
Hi Mackenzie, so tell me about a challenging exercise activity that you want to accomplish or create a habit of.
So I really want to hike the Grand Canyon. Hiking has been a pretty big part of my life. I haven't always lived here, so it was definitely easier to hike where I used to live. I grew up hiking with my mom everywhere we could in the mountains. So it's just a really big passion of mine. I love nature and I love being able to kind of just like spend time outside, and I found hiking through that. So I'm just looking to challenge myself a little bit more in that aspect and kind of push myself, see where I can get. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, tell me, where did you grow up hiking?
I grew up hiking in Wyoming,
Okay.
and a little bit in Colorado. So definitely cooler temperatures, a little bit easier to hike there year round. But I've also done some hiking here, mostly during the winter and spring. But
Cool, that's awesome. Well, tell me, I know a couple of the hot spots around Arizona's Piestewa and Camelback. Have you hiked any of those before?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I hiked it with friends, not really focusing on like time limit. I know sometimes people go for time. I mostly just wanted to enjoy it. So.
And when are you planning to hike the Grand Canyon?
I want to do it sometime next year, around this time where it's a little cooler, hopefully, not too hot. So about a year.
Okay. And what is the highest elevation you have hiked before?
Highest elevation I've hiked in Estes in Colorado. I don't quite know what elevation that is, but much higher than here.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will give me a small advantage to hiking at a little bit lower.
Awesome. And what can you do, because we still have some really hot temperatures right now outside, what can you do indoors to start preparing?
I've definitely been working more on just like general endurance. So whether that be walking at an incline on the treadmill, performing strength exercises that focus more on endurance, obviously because I can't get outside much, but also doing some shorter, smaller hikes in the mornings or the evenings. So
Awesome. And then my last question for you was, were you planning on completing this hike of the Grand Canyon with other people?
I was not originally, but I've definitely thought about taking my mom into it because she's the one who really loves hiking with me. So I think she'd enjoy it a lot. So.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, let's get you hiking the Grand Canyon within a year.